open our little file on this side here real quick. But you all could go ahead and start if anything. I'll jump in shortly. Okay, cool. Right, so we there. Pull this here, pull that there. Cool. Cool. All right. Let's dive in and see what we could do anytime we have. So, what is the value of the digit 2 in this number? Right, so that is the tens, the ones, the tenths, and the hundredths place, right? So that's 2 out of 100 as option A. So we'll just kind of circle. Toth. Toth raw. Right. So 22.2 divided by 0.02. Right. So to deal with this now, we want to move the decimal point 2 spaces here and 2 spaces there. So what we're going to get is 2020 divided by 2, which will give us exactly 1010. Right. Number 3, in standard notation, 208.06. So again, in standard notation or scientific notation, standard form, right, we want one and only one non-zero digit to the left of the decimal point. And of course, we multiply by 10 to the power 2 here to move this back to its original position. CSEC, yeah, Jones, CSEC, not City and Guilds. All right, cool. So that's option what? Option A again. All right, cool. Item 4.
Why would it be positive? Why would it be positive too for the standard notation?
Because we're going back from 2.08 to 208. So 208 is 100 times 2.08.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Right, in a school, the ratio of the number of pupils to the number of teachers is 20 to 1. If the number of pupils is 840, how many teachers were there? Okay, so check this real easy way to work this, right? You can consider it that if you have a 20 to 1 ratio, there are 20 times as many students as teachers, right? So you can think about it this way, right? So students would be equal to 20 times teachers. If you reverse it now, it means that the teachers is equal to 1/20th the number of students, or students divided by 20. Does that make sense? All right. So all we have to do therefore is find 1/20th of 840. Right? That's going to give us, I think, 42. Because the zeros will cancel, right? 2 into 8 goes 4 times, 2 into 4 goes 2 times, so 42 is the answer. Number 5, what is the least number of apples that can be shared equally among 6, 10, or 15 children? Right. So that's the LCM, the lowest common multiple. My little trick for this is, 1 second, Yeah. My little trick for this is that use the multiples of the largest number, right, and see, well, which one is the LCM for all, which one could divide into all. But the other thing you could do here is use 10 as your guide. Why? Because every multiple of 10 will end in a 0. So we automatically know 24 is out of the game, right? Now, if it was 30, 30 could go into 6 how many times? 5 times. 30 into 10, 3 times. And 30 into 15, 2 times. Yeah, 2. All right, so 30 is the answer. Okay, cool. All right. Right, okay, in class, people, are we okay with 1 to 5? Any questions, anybody, anything? No? All right, I'm all online, people. All right, you know the drill. If you guys are good with that, give me a G in the chat. And if you need me to reaction or anything, give me an R. Please and thanks. Okay, I see 2 G's there. You'll let me know when you're ready. Okay, cool. Okay, So we're going again. Sorry about that. Okay, so 4.3 by 0.37 equals to 1.591. Then 0.43 by 370. Okay, so check it, right? 0.43 means we divided this by 10. And that'll shift the decimal point one space to the left. But 370 means you multiply this 3 times, right? 1, 2, and an extra 3. So you multiply this by 100. Sorry, 1,000. So it went this way 3 times. So yeah, you kind of have like a -1 and a +3. And -1 plus 3 is +2. So what that means, long story short, is that in your answer, this is going to shift 2 spaces to the right. So you have 159.1. All right, so divide by 10, multiply by 1,000, nets off to multiply by 100. Okay, if P is 2357, that's prime numbers, right? Q is 236, and S is 245, then P intersect Q union S. So Q union S, let's deal with that first. That's Q and S combined. So Q union S would have the following elements. You'll have a 2, then a 3, then a 4, then a 5, then a 6. So all the elements of Q and S combined together. And then the intersection between that and this set on top of here is what? A C in 2, a C in 3, a C in 5. So that's option C. All right, cool. Item 8 refers to the following Venn diagram. One second. Come on, Philip, give yourself. Right. So in the Venn diagram, the number of elements in P is 5. So everything inside of P is 5, including in the intersection. In Q, you have 9, which includes the intersection as well. And the number of elements in P union Q is 10. So if you put together everything in P and Q, we get 10. But 5 plus 9 is not 10. 5 plus 9 is 14. So if you take 5 and you add 9, right, you can't get 10, right? But what we could do is, if you think about it, if you do want to get 10, you clearly have to subtract something, right? And that'll be the intersection, because you subtract that because you do that to avoid double counting the elements in the intersection. Because the elements in the intersection exist here and here simultaneously. So if you add 5 and 9, you're double counting that intersection one time. When I say you're double counting the number of elements in the intersection. So we know that 5 plus 9, is equal to 14. Right, so 14, right, minus something is 10. So of course, if you subtract 10, you can get whatever it is you're missing. And that would be 4. So the number of elements in the intersection is 4. All right. Yeah, man Jones. J. Bones boy. Right. Which of the following pairs of sets is an example of disjoint sets? Right, so we saw disjoint sets on the previous paper. Those are sets that have no common elements. So we said that even and odd numbers have no common elements. They are what we call complementary sets. All right, for the set of whole numbers. Right. Okay. Are we okay in my in-person people with numbers 6, 7, 8, and 9? Any questions? Anybody? Anything? All right. Okay. So my Google Me people, you know the drill. If you guys are good with that, give me a G in the chat. All right. Cool. Thank you. And Rodney, let me know when you're ready. To the page. Okay. So we're still in some sets questions here. All right. I'm gonna take a little sip of water, but you can read in the meantime, right? All the students in class play Scrabble or checkers or both. 36% play Scrabble only. No, yeah, and 48% play checkers only. What percentage play both games? Right, so all students play Scrabble or checkers or both. If we do a quick Venn diagram on top here, right? That's Scrabble, that's checkers, right? So Scrabble, checkers. Now 36% play Scrabble only, so that's 36% here. 48% play checkers only, that's 48% here. We need the number of people who play both. And we know that everybody plays either one or both. There's no one who plays neither. So there's no percentage on the outside here. So of course, if you add up all the percentages in a sample space, you'll get 100%. So just like with a triangle, instead of 180, you're 100 now. So we'll add up 48 and 36 and subtract it from 100%. 16? Is that 16? Right? Because 36 and 40 is 84. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. All right. Item 11 refers to the following Venn diagram, which shows two intersecting sets. Right. So 5 with H only, 4 with V only, 2 are in the intersection, and 3 on the outside. In the Venn diagram, U is the unit, students who play games. Okay. H is hockey, V is volleyball, and of course you have people who play neither hockey nor. So the number of students in each set is indicated. How many students play exactly one game? Number who play hockey only is 5. Volleyball only is 4. 5 and 4 is 9. Okay. All right, let's go. Hold on. Sorry, 1 second. Hello? Thank you very much. Yeah, okay. But I still kind of from breakfast. Eh? That wasn't too long ago. All right. Okay. Okay, cool. Of course, of course. Yeah, cool. Right. Yes, okay. Item 12 refers to the following Venn diagram of two intersecting sets which is partially shaded. Okay, in the Venn diagram above, the unshaded area represents the unshaded area I feel something wrong in the diagram. And like a big idiot, I deleted the original copy of the paper I had. Because the unshaded part is just Q. I have a feeling this was shaded too, you know. If that was shaded, that would be Q intersect P complement. So, so this one I'm not sure about. How can I get that back? Jan 2021, boy? Yeah, Q intersect P complement, right? So like I said, if it was, I feel it was that, you know. So I think these lines were supposed to enter into here and here and here. In that case, the unshaded part is the Q only, which is Q intersect P complement. Yeah, okay. All right, thank you, Genevieve. Yeah, so this one. Right, cool. Yeah, okay. For every $100 sales, a salesman is paid 10% as commission. Okay, so that's a 10% commission, right? If his sales for a particular month were 1,020, how much commission was he paid? Well, that's 102. Right? I think you can clearly see $10 as a percentage of 100 is 10%. Right? So 10 over 100 by 100 is equal to 10% commission. Right? And then you take 10% of the 1020, you get 102. At a store, sales tax is charged at a rate of 2% on the cost price of an item. The sales tax on a dress, which costs 180, is, all right, so that's just 2% of 180, right? So that's 2 over 100 multiplied by 180. So you can knock off a 0, knock off a 0. You can say, okay, 2 into 10, goes 5 times. And now you have 18 divided by 5, which is 5 3/5, so 5.6. 3.6, sorry, my bad. So 360. Well, again, yeah. All right, again, another option for that is you could say 180 by 2, right? And then after that, divide by 100. Right? It's the same as saying 180 by 2 divided by 100. So 2 by 180 all over 100. Right, and we saw 15 in the previous paper. If EC 250 is equivalent to US $1 and EC 25 in US dollars is, right, so it costs you 250 cents for a doubles, right? And if you have $25 to spend, you could take your 25 and divide by the price per doubles, and you would get 10. So B is the answer here. All right, okay, so my in-class people, are we okay with the answers on this page? If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know, especially if it's about the sets question or anything else like that, let me know. Not a problem. Okay, all right, Isis, Mikey, and Robin, if you guys good with that, just kind of give me a G in the chat. Please and thanks. Okay, thank you. I'm going to double check to make sure my recording going okay. Yesterday I was doing some work. I was sending some billings to people, and sending billings like fees, you know. And the internet cut out all of a sudden. So I tried to route a reset and stuff, but it didn't work. So I ended up WhatsApping Flow, because you could WhatsApp Flow now. But they said apparently it was an area-wide thing, not something specific to me. Anyhow, so I just wanted to make sure. But we had to switch networks. Anyhow, a calculator is marked at 120. Which is marked at 1, is sold for cash at a 30% discount. How much change would Susan receive if she pays for the calculator with a $100 bill? So this is a couple layers there. So the first thing you have to do is find out, hey, was that 30% discount? And then take it away. Or if you're taking away 30% from something, what percent are you left with? 70%. So if you wanted to find how much he pays, you could just find 70% of the 120. Right? Instead of finding 30% of it and then subtracting it. But either way, you get the same value. And then you have to subtract that from the $100 bill. I think the answer is A here. So let's double check that, right? Right? So 30% of 120 is equal to 36. 120 minus 36 is 84. And if you pay with a $100 bill, 84 from 100 is 16. So 16 is the amount of change you would get. Right, okay. A loan of $8,000 was paid back in 2 years in monthly installments of $400. What was the interest on the loan as a percentage? Ooh, interesting. Okay, so you paid back in monthly installments over 2 years. How many months in a year? So if you paid back over 2 years and 12 months, right? That's how many payments? That's 24 payments, right? And you paid back 24 payments of $400. That'll give us $9,600. Now, $9,600 is more than the $8,000 you borrowed, right? That is the interest. So the excess you pay back or the surplus you pay back is the interest. And they want the interest now as a percentage of what you borrowed. The interest is always as a percentage of what you borrowed, the principal. And 1,600 over 8,000 will give us 1/5. And 1/5 as a percent is 20%. Right. And again, if I'm doing anything and you're not sure how I get what I get, etc., because I know some of these calculations I do in my head, and again, I'm doing this a few decades now, boy. Wow. Yeah. So So I might be a little more ahead in terms of some of my abilities than you are. That's not a show off, it's just to say if you need me to re-explain or rework anything, or if you want an alternative to it, let me know. I'll see what I could come up with. Because sometimes I approach things very, very straightforward, which is not the way that is necessarily best or most efficient, you know. I like logic. Number 18? Yeah, we did number 18 previous paper. A car presently valued at 12,000 depreciates at a rate of 10% per annum. What will be the value of the car 1 year later? So that's 12,000 minus 10% of 12,000, which is 1,200, right? So again, yeah, so 10% of 12,000 is 1,200. Then we're going to take the 12,000 and minus the 1,200, which is 10,800, right? And yeah, there you go, 10,008. Right, a man pays 60 cents for every 200 cubic meters of gas used, plus a fixed charge of that. How much does he pay when he uses that much gas? Right, so we said that you have to divide the amount of gas by 200 because that's how many. It's like that is 1 unit, right? So you're paying 60 cents for every 200. So if you use 55,000, you have to find out how many units of 200. How many units of 200 you used, and then you'll multiply that by 60 cents, which is 60 out of 100, which is 3/5. Right? So like that. You get 11,000 over 200, which again I think gives us no. Yeah. Just now. 11. Yeah, 33. 33. Yeah. So this boils under 3/5. Sorry, my brain. Yeah. Yeah. Well, on top of all that stuff I did this morning, I went to bed like almost 2 o'clock, and still got up with Shiloh a couple times. Right. So now we have 33,000 over 200. So 33,000 over 200, which I think is 165. And we still have to add the 1375 to that. Right, which is I think 178.75. Yes. All right, cool. Option D. Okay. Sorry. Right, if 7,000 is borrowed at a rate of 5% per annum for 3 years, the simple interest is. Okay, cool. So again, this is a straight application of the simple interest formula, principal by rate by time of 100. So 7,000 by 5% will give us the interest rate per annum, right? And you multiply that by the number of years. So 7,000 by 5%, that's 0.05. Now, of course, that's 350. And 350 by 3 will indeed give us 1,050. Okay, in class, people, are we okay with this first set of questions? 16 to 20? Any questions? Anybody? Anything? All right. All right. So my online people. So Isis, Mikey, and Rodney. If you guys are good with that, just kindly give me a G in the chat. If you need me to re-explain, that's not a problem. Let the I know. Okay, cool. There we go. Right. So we have 3 more on this page. All right. The product of a number and its reciprocal may be written as, right. So the reciprocal is the inverse, right? So P, the reciprocal of P is 1 over P. So the answer here is just C. All right, the product of a number P and its reciprocal, 1 over P. All right, cool. Right, item 22 refers to the following diagram of a rectangle. Okay, cool. So the area of the rectangle, the equation, is x squared. Sorry, is x squared. It tells us is x squared. The equation that may be used to find the value of x is, right, so area of a rectangle, area is equal to what by what? Correct. Length by breadth, which is, in this case, 2, then multiplied by x minus 4. So that's this item here, right? And that's equal to x squared because that's the area, right? The area is x squared. Cool. Good. Sleeping is hitting. Right, Althea normally saves X dollars each month, but in June she saved $4 more than twice her usual amount. In June she saved, right, so in June. So her usual amount is X. Twice her usual amount is 2 times X. And she saved $4 more than that. Right? If you're ever in doubt with the algebra, stuff like this, just give X an easy value to use. So let's say 10. So let's say she only saves 10. She saves 4 more than twice her usual. So twice the usual. Twice 10 is 20. 4 more is 24, which is 2 by 10 plus 4. So 2 by x plus 4. All right. Okay. In class, are you okay with those three? Okay. Sorry. Google Meet. Just give me. I know you just give me one. Give me my next one, please. Okay, cool. Wait, that's the time before. Oh, okay. All right, we're switching gears now. 24 to 31. All right, so check this, right? We have 3 plus 2 over x equal to 1. What's the value? Before you jump into transposition mode, look at that sum. 3 plus a number is equal to 1. But tell me something, when you add to a number, are you supposed to get a bigger or smaller value usually? Bigger. How are we getting a smaller value? It implies that what we are adding is negative, so we're actually taking it. So tell me something. So 3 minus something is equal to 1. What's the only number you can subtract from 3 and get 1? 2. So 2 over x has to be equal to, 2 over x has to be equal to minus 2. So what number was the only number that could possibly go here to change 2 into minus 2? Minus 1. Right? So again, if you jump into transposition mode and you multiply by x, you would have gotten that 3x plus 2 is equal to x. You would have subtracted x from both sides and subtracted 2 as well. And you would have gotten that 2x is equal to minus 2. And then from here, I have minus 2 over 2 is minus 1. So again, there's more than one way to work things out. So I like to give you all alternatives sometimes. That's all. Okay. It's a little warm today. Interesting. Okay. So we have 5n plus 1 multiplied by 5n plus 2 is the same as. So when we have the same base, 5, and we are multiplying, what do we do with the powers? We add them. So if we add n plus 1 plus n plus 2. Sorry, one sec. I mean this right. Yeah. So if you have n plus 1 plus n plus 2. N plus n is 2n, and 1 plus 2 is 3. That's option B. All right, we saw something like this in the previous paper. It wasn't the same, it was different, right? So here, I don't think we have a choice but to expand via distributive law. So 5 by y is 5y. 5 by minus 2 is minus 10. Minus 3 by y is minus 3y. Minus 3 by 4 is minus 12. Okay, so we have 5y minus 3y minus 10 minus 12 equal to 0, right? 5y minus 3y is 2y. Minus 10 minus 12 is minus 22. But to solve for y now, we could add 22 to both sides and then divide by 2. So we indeed get 11. Where? Right. If so, this here means the determinant of A. If the determinant of A is 0, then it cannot have an inverse. And we call that kind of matrix a singular matrix. Right? If A is that, then the order of A, order is number of rows, 1, 2, 3, by number of columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. So a 3 by 4, not a 4 by 3, a 3 by 4. Okay. In class, people.
So Chris is columns first, then row.
No, rows by columns. Right? So you see you have 1, 2, 3 rows going across, right? And then you
Right.
have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns going down.
That's what I meant. I just mixed up the names of the two of them.
Okay, no problem. Well, let me put R by C down here so we know for sure. All right. Okay. All right. In class, people, we okay with that first set of stuff on this page, the left side? Any questions? Anybody? Anything? All right. Okay. So, Romney and Mikey and I. So, just give me a quick Genie chat if you're good with that. Please and thanks. Okay. Cool. Nice. When you're ready. Right. There you go. Brilliant. Okay, going again. If the vectors P and Q are 3, 2, and minus 1, 4, then minus P minus 2Q. So minus P, all right, hold on. Let's try this out. So minus P is the negative of that, minus 2 multiplied by minus 1, 4. So that's minus 3, minus 2, minus 2, and 4. And now I'll bring in the minus from the outside. Minus 3 minus minus 2 becomes minus 3 plus 2. And minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. Sorry, wow. Right? And then minus 2 minus 4 is minus 6. So that's none of the options there. Because 2 by 4 is 8, Christopher. So minus 1 minus 10. Right. Ooh, yeah. All right, so.
So you can one more time?
Yeah. So if it's minus P, hold on, give me 1 sec. Right. So they want minus P minus 2Q. So you're going to put the... Okay. Yeah. So it's a minus this. So it's minus 3 minus 2. Right? And then you minus. And so 2 by minus 1 is minus 2. So you could do minus 2 by minus 1, which is plus 2. Minus 2 by 4 is minus 8. Minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. Minus 2 minus 8 is minus 10. We okay with that one now?
Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Yeah, no problems. Right. Item 30 refers to the following diagram of a triangle OLM. OLM. Right? In which R is the midpoint of OL and T. Sorry. R is the midpoint of OL and T is the midpoint of OM. So that means that this piece here and this piece here, OR and OL, are each half of OL, and this and then OT. Oops. Yeah. OT and TM are each half of OM. Because the midpoint cuts a line in equal halves. So now LM, and OR is A. Okay, so going this way is vector A, and then OT is B. Okay. So they want LM. So LM, right, is LO plus OM. LO goes in the opposite direction of OL. So we call that the inverse of OL plus OM.
Wait, so how do we know which direction it goes?
Right. If you look at the letters, right?
Yeah.
1 second. Right. So it says that OR is A. Oh, wait. OR is A. Yeah. So let me get a different color. So going from O to R is A. And then going from O to T is B. So put on a purple. Yeah. This one is B.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Right. So what that implies, since R is the midpoint, it implies that this is also A. And it implies that this is also B. Right, so to go from L to M, you gotta go LO and then OM. Okay, cool. LO is in the opposite direction of OL. So that's gonna be minus 2A. sorry. And OM is just 2B. Right, so you could rearrange that if need be. Which is option D. Okay. So let's finish off this page and then we'll take a short little 2-minute break as we've gotten halfway through the paper. So I feel like I'm moving faster, but I'm feeling sleepy. So I need to take a little walk. Get a little more water. Actually, do I have more water? Yeah. Oh, we saw 31 already. If we take a speedboat, 9 hours to travel a distance of 1,080, what was the average speed? Average speed is total distance traveled over total time taken. Make sure your units are what they want the answer in, right? So 9 into 108 is actually 12, and you add an extra 0. So that's 120 kilometers per hour. Okay, we're in class, people. Are we okay with these 3 questions here? 29, 30, and 31. Yeah? Okay. All right, Google Meet, you know the drill. If you guys good with that, give me a G in the chat. Please and thanks. All right, cool. All right, Rob New, let me know when you're ready. Okay. Right, moving on here now. Okay, all right. So like I said, I need to take a little break just to get some water and come back. And clearly a snack because if I have a half people again to go. Wow. 18 children. Cool. Class. You guys could go ahead. So when I come back, I'll just kind of relate you to Mikey, yeah. Yeah.
All right, thanks. I was just making sure because
No
I didn't
problem.
see you on it.
Okay. Okay. You good? Oh. Very high protein use. Okay. Oh Lord. So how they try to catch people here is that it says it is um the length of the major arc. So item 32. Yeah. Right. So in the diagram, the length of the corresponding major arc, which is this piece here, is 40. And FE, sorry, what is the circumference? Okay, cool. So check it. The minor arc has an angle of 60. What is the total number of degrees in a circle? 360. So if you have 60 there, the remainder is what? 300. So it means that 300 over 360. No, so sorry, by the way. So 60 over 360 is what fraction? I could do better than that. Right, 60 over 360, correct, is equal to 1/6, which means that the major sector, therefore, correct. Correct. So the 40 centimeters corresponds to 5/6. So if you divide that by 5, you get 8, which is 1/6. And now we could take 8 and multiply that by 6 to get the whole, which is 48. That's correct. Sorry. Hello? This morning, I think about 9. So it's in the realm of possibility, you'll know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. That's VIX. Yes, that's VIX. Okay. Yeah, but then that may be later, and then thing you do our next thing. So, I mean, if you don't know, cool, but he might set it up for 3 o'clock. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. Okay, cool. All right. Sorry, guys, just some logistics with my son. All right, item 33 refers to the following diagram, which was a cylinder.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead,
Could
man.
go 32 again for me. I'll join back midway
Yeah, no
through.
problem. Right. So with 32, they tell us that in the diagram, the length of the corresponding major arc is 40. So the major arc is this part here, right? Now the angle they gave us was in the minor sector. So that's 60 degrees. So we put 60 over the total number of degrees in a circle, 360, and got 1/6. So this small piece here corresponds to 1/6 of the whole circle. You okay with that piece?
Yeah.
Right. And if that's 1/6, it means that the remainder is 5/6.
Yeah.
So if 40 centimeters is 5/6 of the whole circumference, right? You could divide 40 by 5 to find out what 1/6 is, which turns out to be 8 centimeters.
8 centimeters.
And then you multiply that by 6. If 1/6 is 8.
Circumference is right. Okay, yeah.
All right, you okay with that now?
Yeah, thanks.
All right, no problem. Right, so item 33 refers to the following diagram, which shows a cylinder with diameter 6 and height 8. So diameter is the total distance across. Now they want the volume. 1 second, sorry. Right, the volume of the cylinder in terms of pi. Right, so volume of a cylinder is pi by r squared by h. Now this is diameter. The diameter is equal to 2 times the radius. So therefore, to find the radius, we'll find half of the diameter. And 6 over 2 is equal to 3. Now they're telling us that the volume of the cylinder is 180 pi. And across here you have pi by 3 squared, then by h. Now you could actually divide by pi to cancel it off of both sides, and you'll get that 180 is equal to 9 by h. And of course, to find h, therefore, you'll take 180 and divide by 9, which will give us 20. Okay. In class, people, are we okay with the first 2 items on this page so far? Yeah. All right, Google Meet, just give me a quick Genie chat if you're good with 32 and 33, please and thanks. Thank you. Okay. All right, cool. All right, the lengths of the sides of a triangle are x, 2x, and 2x. If the perimeter is 20, what's the value? Okay, so the perimeter is the total distance around the edge of the shape, which is the sum of the lengths. So if we take x plus 2x plus the next 2x, we will indeed get 5x. And we know that 5x is equal to 20 because it told us that. To solve for x, all we have to do is divide by 20 by 5, and we get 4. 50 guests each had 2 glasses of champagne. Each glass held 150 milliliters. How many liters of champagne were used? Okay. Yep. Right. So you had 50 people who had 2 glasses each. So in total, you had 100 glasses, correct?
Oh, wait, okay, no, I knew it was 100, but something in between there made me close.
It's the conversion from milliliter to liter.
Yeah.
So
Because it was just to multiply by 100 and then go back again to...
by 1,000, that's correct. So that's going to give us, so to go from milliliters to liters, you divide by 1,000. And that will give us 0.15. And now we will take the 100 glasses and multiply, by 1,000. That is 0.15, and we will indeed get 15 liters. I'll add one. Normally a bottle of champagne contains 750 milliliters. How many bottles were used?
Wait, what?
Normally a bottle of champagne contains 750 ml, right? So how many bottles were used? 20. So think about it. 750 and 750 is 1.5. To get 15, you need 10 of those. 10 by 2 is 20. I'm going to go higher for New Year's, I think. Hey. A square has the same area as a rectangle with sides 9 centimeters and 16 centimeters. What is the length of the side of the square? Okay, so the areas are the same. How do you find the area of a rectangle? Length by breadth, right? So 16 by 9 or 9 by 16 is 144. Right? Now, if that's the area of the square, to find the side, you find the square root of 144, which is 12.
And is it just when you square root of that? And then
Yeah,
as it
because
is.
the area of a square is side by side, right? And remember, in a
Yeah.
square, all sides are the same length. So if you multiply a number by itself, that's, well, raised to the power 2,
Okay.
or square, and the opposite of squaring is square rooting. Okay, the circumference of a circle is 154. Given that pi, pi is 22/7, the diameter of the circle. Aha. So that's the thing. Circumference is really pi by diameter, right? Because they found pi by dividing circumference by diameter, right? Pi is what they call a universal constant, right? No matter how big or how small the circle, if you take the circumference and divide by diameter, you will always get pi, right? It recurs. Now, we have the circumference and we have pi. So really and truly, we actually want to divide by pi to find the diameter. So the diameter will be equal to 154 divided by 22/7. Now, the protocol for when dividing by fractions is to do what? Change divide to multiply and invert the divisor, right? Right, so 22 into 154 will actually go 7 times. And 7 by 7 is actually 49. Now, say this little trick, right? Of course, not everyone will have will be able to do 22 into 51 quite easily. But here the trick. 22/7 more pi. If you was another way they normally express pi to us, in decimals, what's the decimal for pi? If you just took 3, just take 3, and you say, okay, let's do 154 divided by 3. And let's round it down to 150. 150 divided by 3 is about 50, right? So 154 divided by 3 point something will be a little less than 50. So that's how you can also get 49, right? So again, use your approximations to your advantage if you can. But of course, we know it couldn't be 2. Huh? It couldn't be 2. And 54 is still a little too close to 154. Not that that's automatically going to cancel it, yeah? Anyhow, okay, 38 now. The area of a triangle is 60 square centimeters, and its base is 12 centimeters. What is the perpendicular height? So what is the formula for the area of a triangle? Base by perpendicular height all over 2. Okay, so the area they give us is 60. The base is 12, the height we don't know, and divided by 2. Okay, so we can multiply by 2 first of all. 60 by 2 is 120, and that's 12 by 8. So think about it. 12 by some number is 120. It can be one number. What number is that? By 10. Okay. In class, people, if you're okay with this, with these, wow, 34 and 38. All right, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. Like Google Meet. If you guys are good with that same last 5 we wrote there, in my Genie chat, please ask. If you need me to re-explain any of them, let me know. No problem. If any questions at all, let me know. It's not a problem. All right, so Mikey, Isis, Romney. If you guys good with that, imagine. Oh, you're cool. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, the rain falling more often these days, so it get a little colder. Before it was real hot outside there. 20 and 19 was regular. Now I had to go back to like 20, 24. Okay, thanks. Let's go. All right, and in class, people, are we okay with that last batch there? You sure? You're looking. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we're in some statistics now, boy. Item 39 refers to the following table, which shows the number of books 58 students bought at a sale. Number of books bought, number of students. Okay, the mode of the number of books bought is, okay, so what is the number of books bought by the most number of students. So it's not the highest number of books because it will just be always, hey, what's the largest number? That's not it. No. It's not to say that that can't be the mode ever, but you need the mode comes from the frequency. What's the highest number in that row? 11. And the number of books that corresponds to that is? Oh no, the highest number is 13. Wow. Yeah, wow. What if they had 6 as an opera, they get catch? Wow. And it right there in plain sight, eh? Right, item 14 now refers to the following pie chart, which shows the popular games played by 720 students. How many play cricket? Now, in this one, we could see I have a percentage for each item except cricket, right? Now, what's the total percentage in the pie chart? 100, right? So if we added the percentages we have and subtract from 100, we could find out, hey, what's the percentage for that? So 30 and 10 is 40, 40 and 25 is 65. So 100% minus the 30 plus 25 plus 10 percent, 50, 60. So that will give us 35%. Right, and now we're going to find 35% of 720. Now 35 is pretty close to 33, right? As a third. 1/3 of 720 is 240. And if it's 35%, it has to be just a little more than 240. What's the nearest number just over 240 in the answers there? the percentage for cricket is 35%, right? And it's 720 people in total. So to find, you could find 35% of 720, or you could try to approximate.
I did 35%.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that much, and I got 52.
Yeah. Cool.
There wasn't that much to divide.
Okay.
300 went into both figures.
Yeah.
So it's just 36 by 7.
Okay.
This one, I think I'm looking at and reading wrong. So I'm going to just.
Item 41 and 42 refers to the following chart, which shows the amount of fish, the number of fish, bought in kilograms. Good. That's okay. By the first 60 customers at the fish market. Okay, cool. So you have number of kilograms of fish bought. Right? And there's the number of people who bought it. How many customers bought at least 6 kilograms of fish? At least
Probably
6 or more.
Right.
Right. Well, 6 forward.
This,
Yeah.
right.
So the 6, that corresponds to 11. So you have 11 there. For the 7, that corresponds to, I think, 5. All right, and then 4, just below that. So 11, 5, 4, 7, and then 3. Right, 7 and 3 is 10, 5 and 4 is 9, 9, 11 is 20, 20 and 10 is 30. So we have 30 over 60, which is half, right? And that's multiplied by what? Oh, D. Sorry, I thought they were asking for probability. For some reason, I was going to probability. I'm like, wait, no, hold on. We done. We done there. Okay. The median amount of fish bought by customers is median, boy. Okay, hold on, just now. 60 customers, right? Okay, so if you take 60 and you break it in half, you'll have the first 30 people, the last 30 people, right? So you're looking for the 30th. So we had to use like a kind of CF thing here, right? So you have 11 plus 10 is 21. 21 and 9 is 30. So the first 30 people are there, and the next 30 are behind. And I think we know that already because we just added, right? So the 30th person bought 9, and the 31st person bought 11. So the median quantity of fish is the average of those two, which is neither of those. No, I counted wrong. Right. Sorry. You gotta go down, not across. Right. Oh, shucks. Right. Sorry. Let me start again.
This is what it looks like here.
Yeah, the 30th person bought 5 kilograms. The 31st person bought 6. Sorry, I was reading number of customers as opposed to kilograms of fish. Because it's the median quantity of fish. Okay, yeah, so it's 5 plus 6 divided by 2. Right, that's 5.5. And 43 refers to the following diagram. It shows the cumulative frequency curve of the height of 20 plants. Okay. Interesting. The interquartile range of the set of measurements is, so the interquartile range is the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So you have 20, right? The first lower quartile, 1/4 of 20 is 5. Read down from there. And then for 15, for the upper quartile is the 3/4. Okay, so between 2 and 4, I see in 5 blocks. So each block is 2 divided by 5, which is 0.4. So the lower quartile is 2.4. The upper quartile, so 1, 2, 3. So that's 1.2. So that's 7.2. So again, 4.8. So something off. I'm doing something wrong. 2 divided by 5 is 0.4. So 2.4, 2.8, 3.2, 3.64. Right, okay. 6.2, 6.4, no, 6.4, 6.8, 7.2. Right. And the interquartile 7.2 is 4. Again, 4.8. So none of
Chris,
that. Yeah.
It would not be 2.2, not 2.4.
Right. But if this was 3, I'd say yes. But because you're going from 2 to 4,
yeah, 2 to 4.
you had to double it. That's why I get 0.4.
First one because I wasn't sure. Because I normally was kind of off, right?
One second, eh? Genevieve, excuse. Could you check this in the answer key, number 43? But it's not 6.4 because you see, to go from here to here, right, is 2. So you have to divide 2 into 5 spaces. So that's how I got 0.4. So each one of these small blocks comes to 0.4. So it's 6.4, 6.8, 7.2. Then this would be 7.6, and then that's 8. So I'm not sure if they didn't put the correct thing down there or if I just off by something. Hold on. 20 plants, right? Okay. Yeah. So when you get a chance, just check. Now, never know where you get it, and we'll see if we can fix whatever they have. D? Okay. Yeah, was it working, boy? I'm most curious. One point four. No. Oh no. Okay. It's actually in the middle. Oh yes. Okay, let me fix that. Okay. All right, guys. Let me show you where I went wrong here. And we need to zoom in because what happens is if we carry it across, we actually hit in the middle, halfway between 7.2 and 7.6, which is 7.4. Yes, thank you, Genevieve. Right, so yes. So 5. All right, there you go. Yeah, a clear diagram helps. Or when you zoom in properly. Okay, so in class, people, are we okay with this page? Did you start so far? Any questions? Anybody? Anything? Okay, so Mikey, Robney, and I just if you guys good with that, just can you give me a genie chat? Give me to re-explain anything, let me know.
Chris, how did you end up counting the graph?
Right. So this would be 2.4, 2.8, and 3.2, 3.6, and then a 4. So each small block is a 0.4 jump.
Right.
Right. And then for this one, we end up halfway between, right? So there's 6.2, 6.4, 6.8, 7.2, 7.6. So halfway between 7.2 and 7.2, 7.4.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah? All right. Item 44 refers to the following table, which shows the results of a survey of 100 persons sorry, from two major ethnic groups, P and R. Respondents were interviewed about their attitude toward mathematics. Positive, neutral, negative. Okay? Okay. So you can add across to get total positive, total neutral, total negative. You can add down to get total P, total R. And 60 plus 40, and these three will both give us 100. A respondent from ethnic group P is selected at random. What is the probability he has a negative attitude towards mathematics? Negative attitude. Okay, so 24 out of 100. If we divide by 4, you get 6 over 25. So that whole table and that whole paragraph for one question, boy. All right. All right, we saw this in the previous one. The arrow diagram above describes the relation x is a factor of y. That's option C. Because 2 is a factor of 10 and of 8. 4 is a factor of 8. This is 1 to many and many to 1. Right. And that's 3 to 9. Because 2 is going to 8 and 10, and 2 and 4 are both going to 8. So that's a many to 1, and you also have a 1 to many. All right. So yeah, so it's definitely a relation and not a function. That's why they said a relation. Okay. 46 now. The set of ordered pairs below represents a relation that is a function. Okay. Which of the following points, when added to the set, would form a relation that is not a function? Okay. So with relations, you have 1 to 1, 1 to many, many to 1, and then many to many, right? The 1 to 1 and the 1 to 1 are functions. The anything to many is only a relation but not a function. Okay, so to many, something to many implies that you can take any one of these and attach them to a different value. Because right now, they're only each attached to a unique value, right? So none of the y values repeat, right? So once a y value repeats, once an x value repeats, right, you have a 1 to many. That one item goes to different values in the range. Okay, so that's minus 2. Right, so minus 2 going to 7 and to 8 is a 1 to many, which makes it a relation but not a function. To be a function, you have to either be 1 to 1 or many to 1. Okay. All right, h of x is 3x minus 2 over 5. h of minus 6 is 3 by minus 6, then minus 2 all over 5. 3 by minus 6 is minus 18. Minus 18, then minus 2 will give us minus 20. Minus 20 over 5 is minus 4. Here, y varies inversely as x, which means that y is equal to some constant divided by x. And that y is equal to 16 and x is equal to a half. If you multiply by half on both sides, the moving denominator, k is equal to 8. So the function, so the thing is y is equal to 8 over x. And which of the following represents a straight line? C. Because you could rearrange this and put it in the form y equal to mx plus c. This has a square term, quadratic. Square term, quadratic. This one is y equal to 4 over x. So we saw this question in previous paper, but they changed around the options. Okay. All right. So, quick question. Are we okay with 46 to 49? And if you have any question on any of them, let me know. It's not a problem. Right? So, Mikey, Isis, and Robin, if you guys are good with that, just kindly give me a G in the chat, please and thanks.
You could go back to 44 and 45. I didn't get to see.
No problem.
Thanks.
Question? Over 60 alone. That was my initial reaction to, if we did 24 over 6, there's a 4/10. No,
Yes.
yeah, which is 2/5.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, because I wasn't looking when we were working on.
Okay, so it's possible it could be D instead. Yeah, because it kind of resembles conditional. Given that, okay, but you see, that's not a thing in regular maths. You could double check 44 for me, please. B? Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Normally, we're not exposed to conditional probability in regular maths, so we have to assume it's the whole sample set, unless the English tells us different. Yeah.
So it's taken from the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay. Let's jump around. Okay, I didn't get my G's from my Google Me people. Oh wait, hold on. Did I check this? Oh wow, back down again. Let's go here. Right, cool. Good with thought. Right. Okay, cool. Let's move ahead. Right, we're in the last 10 or 11, well, technically 9, because we're missing the last 2 questions. So we might finish a little early. Okay, what is the x value of the point of intersection for the system represented by the functions? Oh, Lord have mercy, right. So, long story short, to find a point of intersection, you just have to kind of put them equal to each other, not so? Right, you have to solve simultaneously. So you have to let 5 over 2x plus 1 equal to 3. First thing we'll do is we'll subtract 1 from both sides to get rid of this here. So we're going to just have 5 over 2x equal to 2. Right? Then you could multiply by 2 to clear out the denominator, and then we could divide by 5. You have 4/5. And 4 over 5 is equal to 0.8. Right, we saw 51 in the previous paper. Line L is parallel to that line there. What is the gradient of line L? So let's put this in the form y equal to mx plus c. We'll quote unquote carry that over by, of course, adding it to both sides of the equation. And then we'll divide by 5 to make the coefficient of the y term 1, which then gives us the equation in the form y equal to mx plus c. We could easily extract the gradient by looking at the coefficient of the x term. Yeah, go ahead. 47, yeah, sure. 47. Right, so 3 by minus 6 is minus 18, minus 8 minus 2 minus 20, 4 5 minus 4. Yeah? Okay. Right, 53. Which of the following sets is represented by that? Okay, well, we saw this in previous paper too, right? If you took the 3, sorry, if you took the 3 squared is 9, 9 and 3 is 12. And the only option that has 3 mapped onto 12 is option D. All right, item 53 refers to the following diagram of a circle. Okay, well, easy stuff here, right? The angle at center is double the angle at circumference, yeah? So answer here is, yeah, 100 for D. Right, item 54 refers to the following diagram. Right. So again, when you have parallel lines, you have z angle. So x equal to y. Right? Because again, you have parallel lines indicated by the arrows. And when you have this transversal cutting the lines, right, Item 55 refers to the following diagram, which shows rectangle W, X, Y, and Z, and its image W prime, X prime, Y prime, Z prime, and W double prime, blah, blah, blah. After it undergoes a composite or double transformation. So you're starting off, let's get some colors going here because I feel that might help us to see things a bit more easily. So we're starting off in the pink, right? Then we go into the green. That alone is a reflection, right? And then we're going to finish off in the blue. And there's a bit of an overlap there. So it goes pink to green to blue. That's interesting because, so we can see from pink to green, that's clearly a reflection in the Y, right? If you observe your Y-axis right here, you'll note that there are two spaces from W to the axis and then two spaces to W prime. And same thing for Z and Z prime and the rest as well. Well, obviously not two, but they'll have the same number of perpendicular unit spaces towards the axis of reflection. So that's a reflection in the Y. But then from green to blue, what do you notice about green to blue? Did it get bigger or smaller? It's smaller. So it's an enlargement with a negative scale factor, right? Sorry, no, sorry, not negative, a fraction. My bad. Yes, sorry. And most likely center being 0, we could probably join the lines, the corresponding vertices, and see that they pass through the origin. A translation. So what sequence of transformations will map W that onto that? So definitely not. Yeah, definitely not A. A reflection in the Y followed by an enlargement centered at over a scale factor of a half. Yep. Yeah. A counterclockwise rotation. Nope. And enlarge. Yeah, no. If it was a rotation, what would happen is WX would end up below. So it'd end up with like a ZY, then XW. Yeah, if you're tuning, that's, yeah. But that didn't happen, right? Okay. 56. Okay, we saw this already, right? Oh no, they changed it. This was X-axis, and the previous paper was Y-axis. So it is option C. What? Hold on, what do you want? It's a reflection. It's D. It's D. Right? So this looks like a reflection in the origin, or is that a rotation? Yeah, it's a 180-degree rotation around the origin. There's a reflection in the Y-axis for sure. This is a 90-degree rotation, a 90 clockwise rotation about the origin. This clearly is the reflection in the X-axis right here. No, hold on, wait. Is that C or D? That's D.
Yeah, that's what I did. I did C because it's on top.
Okay, in class people, are we okay with 55 and 56? Yeah? Okay, all right. And of course, my online people, Robnia, Mikey, and I. If you guys are good with those two, give me a G in the chat, please. And thanks. Question? Sorry. Nobody did. Yeah. Even on the previous copy that I had, it wasn't there either. So like, we just didn't get that page. Yeah, sorry. Right, okay. 57, 58. Okay, we saw this previously, right? If in a triangle, angle A is x degrees, angle B is 2x, what is the size of angle C? Right, so that's 180 degrees minus x plus 2x, which gives us 3x, or 180 minus 3x. 58, the depression, angle depression is this angle here. Right, of x from Z. The angle of depression of a point x from Z is 35. If x is 12 meters from Y, then the height of YZ. Right, so this of course is 35 degrees as well because of Z angles. Right, now relative to 35, the side we're looking for is the opposite side. Now, this is the hypotenuse here, but we don't have it, nor are we looking for it. The remaining side is the adjacent side, right? Which ratio uses opposite and adjacent? Tan. And there's only one option with tan down here, which is this item here. Yeah, and unfortunately we don't have questions 15 and 16. Not that is a big deal because on the other papers you're probably going to see them anyway. Yeah, guys. So from finishing late, starting and finishing late to finishing kind of early. All right. So again, I just hope I just didn't rush through the paper. All right. Now I don't know that I want to start the next paper, although I have it lined up already. Yeah. So let's just take a little browse here. We don't have to do any. What percentage of 40? We started in 2021, right? 2020, right? Right. We just saw something like number 3. Ratios, boy. We saw this one with the glasses, right? We saw number 8 and previously. We didn't see 9 yet. 9 is interesting. Right. Okay. Dogs and cats, boy. Okay. Yeah, same foreign exchange. Okay, cool. You have 20 now, not 25, all right? 20 as well. Cash price of a TV, higher
Yes.
purchase. Yeah, sorry?
You think you could go back to the last paper?
Oh,
we
yeah,
just
sure.
showed? Yeah, I have 3 answers I didn't get.
Yeah.
49, 51, 57.
All right. 49.
Yeah.
It's not taking a long to
Yeah,
this.
there you go.
Right, 49. Right, which of
And
the
you could
following represents you in a straight line? Right, so that could only be option C. Because B and D had squares, so that made, well, in those cases, those were the highest power, so that made those quadratics. And then
Yeah.
X by Y could change to Y equal to 4 over X, right? And that's a curve. Once you have 1 over X, anything over X, I've given you a curve like this.
Okay.
Right. So 49, 51 you said?
52, 52.
52.
Yeah.
Right, 52 we saw on the previous paper, right? So you have a function x squared plus 3 and they give you 4 x values. So they have to just sub them in and see where they match up with down here. Right? So yeah. 1 and 4, 4 and 3 is 7, right?
Okay, yeah.
Right, and then was the last one, 57?
57, yeah.
You can just leave it right here for me. Right there. Right, so if you have 2 of the angles in the triangle, to find the third one, you add those 2 together and then subtract from
And then
180.
subtract from 180, yeah.
And 2x plus x is 3x, yeah?
Yeah,
All right,
thanks.
cool. No problems. All right, okay, cool. Yeah, folks, so we finished a bit early today. All right, so again, like I said, this morning was unforeseen circumstance. So hopefully it doesn't recur tomorrow. Hopefully she's better. All right. Right, so tomorrow we are going to knock out 2022 and 2023. Monday we have 1 session. I was trying to see if I could cancel my Form 4s, but it's also close to their exams too, right? So again, what we're doing, all right, so today and tomorrow, 10 to 12, 1 to 3, right? Monday I also have my Cape people because they have their exam on Thursday, right? So we have 1 class Monday, which will be 2024 Jan, and then on Tuesday we'll do the May 2019, and then Wednesday is 2020, 2021, and Thursday 2022, 2023 May. And then that is it. All it done for now. All right? Yeah, and then I had to see how I do my Cape people. I do actually have the unit 1s this year. My teacher has them. And then I also had to see how I fit in some Form 4s on the weekend there because they have exam Monday and Wednesday and then all kind of madness. So I had to see. Yeah, are we almost there? Okay, hold on. What does y'all have next week? I know at maths.
Geography, English, math.
Yeah. Mondays are heavy day for people doing both of those. Geography is geography then chem.
You see they have geography and history again. They were up here.
Yeah. So of course if anybody had to study for anything and you can't make classes, not a problem, eh? Just let me know if you're not coming so not to print a paper for you.
Chris, is it the same time tomorrow?
Same time tomorrow, 10 to 12, 1 to 3. Yeah.
I'll make the morning as well. I just was busy this morning. So
No problem.
yeah.
Yeah. And then like I said, Monday and Tuesday is just 6:30 to 8:30. And then Wednesday, Thursday is 4 to 6 and 6:30 to 8:30. So whatever you can make, cool.
Alright, well, yeah, I'll see you for.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Google Meet. I'll go on there. I'll see you all next time. Later.
Later.